Invisible signals are all around you right now. Power lines, laptops, laptop chargers, phones, all of these are broadcasting electromagnetic waves continuously. In this video, we are going to make them visible. How? Using a simple copper wire as an antenna, along with a microcontroller STM32, and of course C and Python. The electromagnetic waves from the antenna are captured by the STM32 microcontroller that calculates the signal strength and lights up this LED bar. Isn't that amazing? Let's get into it. Right, this is the entire setup. This is the breadboard we have. Then we have the STM32 board. We have the LED light strip and the ST link right here, and the power source 3.3 volts. The signal from the copper wire comes through this yellow line onto the breadboard. It goes through this. This goes to this 100 kilo ohms resistor, and then this red wire brings it into the STM32 board at I think PA0. And then we have a set of 8 LED lights as a bar to show signal intensity. If you flip this on the back side, you can see that each LED has the following setup. The short leg of the LED is connected to a common ground, and the long leg is connected to a 300 ohms resistor that is separate for each of them, and then each of those wires generate 8 outputs, and you can see we have 8 jumper wires connected here. So those jumper wires are connected to the GPIO pins on this STM board. Then another important thing is the ground from this LED strip is connected to the ground on the board via this line, and also the ground from the STM board is connected to the breadboard right here. Additionally, we have this another wire coming in. It should be black, but just for sake of reference right now, I have this one wire connected here to the ground on breadboard. In the demo, I'll show you what happens when we connect this wire to the copper wire antenna. And this bare copper wire taped directly on wall, that's the antenna. Complete code is on GitHub, link is in the description. In the C code, the 3 things to understand. The first one is this particular function ADC_read. This reads the PAO as a voltage and then converts it to a number between 0 and 4095. 0 means 0 volts and 4095 means 3.3 volts. So the antenna signal sits somewhere between those two values of 0 and 4095. The next is the calculate_strength. That particular now in this particular functions calculate strength. If you look at the lines int32, diff int32, these 2 lines, these are important. So what these do is they calculate the standard deviation across 64 samples. High variation means strong EM signal, low variation means quiet. So that's one mathematical concept in the entire detection algorithm that we have. Next is the LED set level. In this particular function, if you look at these lines, these drives the LEDs. So strength above a threshold, LED is on, below, LED is off. So 8 thresholds, 8 LEDs that we have here. Now let's look at the Python file. If you look at these lines right here, Python receives 2 numbers every loop, raw ADC value and strength. Then it plots them live, and that's the entire system. Now let's flash the C code to the STM32. Let's do that, and here you can see that we get a success. Next, we go into the terminal and run the Python file emdetector.py. And as soon as we do that, you'll see that we get this nice signal. And this is where our demo begins. So let's look at the demo one by one and see what we can find. First, I connect the antenna wire directly to the ground. Watch the signal. Flatline, strength 2. When the wire is grounded, all electromagnetic signals are shorted to zero. Nothing gets through. And this is the baseline, true silence. And you can also see that all the LEDs are now off. Just one is on. Now the antenna is connected properly and the signal jumps back to around 600, and you see that these LEDs light up. Look at the strength. Strength jumps up to over almost 600 times 6 LEDs. We have 4 LEDs that light up, and the wire is now picking up electromagnetic signals present in this room right now. Power lines in the walls, Wi-Fi router, laptop switching power supply, all of it. This is the electromagnetic environment your brain lives in every single day. Some people worry about keeping their phones near their head while sleeping, but honestly, look at this signal with no phone anywhere near the antenna. We are already surrounded by electromagnetic radiation from power grids alone. Whether an extra phone makes any meaningful difference is a different question, but you are definitely not in an electromagnetic vacuum even without a phone. The only way to get true electromagnetic quiet is to go somewhere without electrical wiring, a farm, a forest, far away from any power lines. This is what you are living in. Watch what happens when I unplug my laptop charger. There you go. The signal changes. The laptop switching power supply generates its own electromagnetic interference. Plugged in, the extra noise. You see right now we are at 900, 600, and when I plug it back in, we are at 600. Remove the plug, we are at 1100. And if I touch the antenna wire directly, see what happens. The signal drops. My body produces a partial ground path, so that pulls the floating antenna wire towards ground potential. The body is not a good antenna here, it's actually dampening the signal while grounding partially. This is the real physics. Your body at 50 Hz behaves more like a resistor to ground than an antenna. Phone nearby. No visible change because we are already maxed out from the ambient environment. In a truly quiet location, this would show clearly, but in the city where I live in a building where electrical wiring is everywhere, the phone's contribution is sort of lost in the noise floor. And this is actually very important point because the signal is already so strong without the phone. The phone adds to an already noisy environment. That's all that happens. In the neural network design series on this channel, I built ADALINE, a 1960s neural network that was designed specifically to cancel this type of 50 hertz electromagnetic noise from signals. And it's one of the applications is removing that signal from EEG brain waves. So, if you want to learn more about how to design neural networks, check out the series and subscribe today. Bye for now.